Part 140. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yun Suya. Chapter 1391. Chapter 1391 June Chennai Extra Chapter 1. After June Chennai took over the June Group, everything went smoothly. June Chennai is a rare talent in the business world. Coupled with his diligence and practicality, the June Group is still managed in an orderly manner in his hands. It is still one of the four major families in the imperial capital and has an unshakable kingship. On this day, June Chennai came out of the office, followed by his secretary Xiao Liang, who had been reporting to June Chennai about tomorrow's work. During this period of time, June Chennai was as busy as a headless fly. He had to attend various meetings and bureaus. In the business world, personal connections are very important, so if June Chennai wants to run the June Group well, he must start to build his own network. It is true that when June Di was here, he laid a good relationship network foundation for the June Group. But June Chennai is different from June Di. He cannot use all his people. Moreover, those people who have followed June Di for so long may not necessarily follow June Chennai after he takes over the June family. So, the most important thing for June Chennai right now is to start attracting business partners that he likes. President, the car is ready. Xiao Liang finished reporting his work arrangements, looked at his watch, and then said this to June Chennai, who had a serious look on his face. June Chennai nodded and looked straight ahead. After the elevator door opened, he walked out with long legs and a vigorous pace. Trebeculi follow. June Chennai, wait a moment. Just as June Chennai walked into the hall, he was stopped by a clear female voice. June Chennai subconsciously paused and turned sideways, only to see a girl dressed in a fashionable style, with exquisite makeup and a delicate face running towards him. At first glance, she looks like a rich lady, wearing famous brands, but if you take a closer look, you will find that most of those famous brands are fakes. June Chennai narrowed his eyes carefully twice, looking at the girl with a somewhat impatient look. June Chennai watched helplessly as the girl rushed towards him quickly, and was intercepted halfway by the bodyguards. June Chennai turned his head without hesitation and walked outside. Xiao Liang, on the other hand, stared at the girl twice, very suspiciously. It's strange, as if I've seen it before somewhere. Otherwise, why would it look so familiar? Xiao Liang just stood there for a while, and after walking for a while, June Chennai had already walked a few meters away. Xiao Liang hurriedly chased after him, but after running a few steps, the girl shouted again at the top of her lungs, June Chennai, don't leave, I have something to do with you. June Chennai dash. The girl behind him howled like a slaughtered pig, which made June Chennai's eyelids twitch and his heart became very irritable. June Chennai stopped again, turned around, and looked at the girl who was already far away from him. Just then, Xiao Liang caught up with him, and suddenly he remembered who this familiar girl was. President, she seems to be that popular anchor on the internet, Little Cherry. June Chennai frowned, what about cherry tomatoes? What on earth is she here for? Xiao Liang was just about to shake his head and say he didn't know, but suddenly he remembered it, his eyes lit up, and he said, I remembered CEO, some time ago, didn't you remove an internet celebrity from our company's artist list, that Little Cherry? June Chennai thought for a while, but he really didn't remember much about it, but he still remembered it. He has indeed eliminated an internet celebrity female anchor who has no appearance, no talent, and only entertains the public. So, she was still not convinced, so she came to me. End of this chapter. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yun Suya. Chapter 1392. Chapter 1392 June Chennai Extra Chapter 2. When June Chennai asked, Xiao Liang just curled his lips and replied, maybe, CEO, you don't have time to waste time with that internet celebrity now. Xiao Liang noticed that Jun Chennai seemed suspicious, as if he wanted to call the internet celebrity over to talk or something. So I quickly reminded him loudly. Jun Chennai will have a dinner later. The people at the dinner are all big businessmen. Although Jun Chennai is in charge of the Jun family, as a junior, and he also wants to pay back the juniors they cooperate with in the future, he will be late for the first meeting. It's not very good anyway. Appears to be insincere, rude, and putting on airs. Jun Chennai nodded, no longer thought about it, and left quickly. Anyway, how much does that internet celebrity weigh? Jun Chennai had already learned the lesson that day. There is nothing more to say. After Jun Chennai attended the dinner, he had a good chat with those business giants. Although they didn't think highly of Jun Chennai, a young boy at first, after some conversation, they found out that Jun Chennai was quite worthy of becoming the heir to the Jun family. Before Grandpa Jun went out to travel around the world, he greeted all his former business partners. Don't be too polite to him just because he is his grandson. Just do whatever you want. Grandpa Jun even specially reminded him. In the end, you can train him well, test him, and give him some pain. Good. But now it seems that Grandpa Jun's idea is redundant. His grandson is much smarter than he thought. After a series of activities, it was already past 11 o'clock in the evening. When the driver took Jun Chennai home, Jun Chennai was already exhausted. However, as soon as Jun Chennai got out of the car, he found a person squatting under the streetlight in front of him. Jun Chennai stared at the figure for a while, then the figure stood up and walked towards him. Who are you? Seeing that the man was obviously walking towards him, Jun Chennai asked. I am Little Cherry, the one during the day. Jun Chennai suddenly realized that while he was speaking, Little Cherry had already walked up to Jun Chennai. Jun Chennai was exhausted physically and mentally at the moment, and he had no intention of continuing to have with this girl. But it seemed like she had been waiting for him for a long time. After all, it was already this point. How did you get in? Xiao Liang asked. This area is a wealthy area, and it is not that easy to get in. The security guards are very familiar with the residents inside, so there is no chance for outsiders to sneak in. So Xiao Liang was quite surprised to see little cherries here and there. And it was the same during the day today. Xiao Liang also never understood how she entered their company without a card. This little internet celebrity seems to have some different methods. Xiao Liang thought so, the corners of his mouth raised, revealing a faint smile. This question is not important. Little Cherry glanced at Xiao Liang and then turned her gaze to Jun Chennai. She said very seriously, word by word, I know you are very busy, so I specially waited for you in front of your house. Our company will not sign you, just leave. Jun Chennai interrupted her before she could finish speaking. Then prepare to go around her and go home. His time is precious and he doesn't want to waste it on a small internet celebrity. What's more, this internet celebrity doesn't have the capital to sign a contract with her at all. Hey, wait a minute, listen to what I have to say. Xiaoying Tao saw Jun Chennai was about to leave, so she quickly reached out and grabbed his arm. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yuan Suya. Chapter 1393. Chapter 1393 Jun Chennai Extra Chapter 3. Jun Chennai looked down, focusing on the pair of claws holding his arms. Little Cherry was stunned by Jun Chennai's gaze. She felt a little scared for no reason, then she gave up and let go of Jun Chennai's hand. After putting down her hand, she swallowed and saw that Jun Chennai was also standing there and not leaving, so she said, I just want you to give me a reason to remove me. Unprofessional, No talent. There are many people more beautiful than you, why should I sign you? June Chennai's short words broke Little Cherry's heart into pieces. Little Cherry blinked her eyes, then calmed down her emotions and replied to June Chennai, "What's wrong with non-majors? Who stipulates that only those with a major can become a star? In the entertainment industry, big names without majors, are there not enough stars? And why do you think I have no talent? I watched your live broadcast. You sang covers of other people's songs, and they all used a sound card. The timbre was too ordinary and unrecognizable. As for dancing, it's even on the Children's Day level." When June Chennai said this, he kept a straight face the whole time. Although Xiao Liang behind him did not look at June Chennai's face, he could already feel the power of June Chennai's poisonous tongue from every word. "You simply don't have any respect for this little girl." However, Xiao Qingtao also seems to be a person with strong ability to withstand stress. When June Chennai said this, she didn't feel embarrassed at all. Instead, she felt angry and felt that June Chennai had misjudged her. "That's all for effect. Your subordinate signed me, which means he recognized my strength, which means..." June Chennai snorted coldly, and it was this sound that came out of his nose that silenced Little Cherry. "It just means that he likes your appearance and wants to treat you. Unwritten rules. Don't be too naive." Xiao Liang's mouth opened into an O shape. How could his CEO know everything? "You're talking nonsense." Little Cherry's face turned red with anger and she stared at June Chennai. June Chennai still had an indifferent expression on his face, staring down at her, looking at her palm-sized face, her grape-like eyes, her pretty nose, and her small cherry mouth. "You're pretty good looking, and you're quite suitable to be an anchor. It's better to make a lot of money from those fat people while you're still young, than to sit on the bench in the entertainment industry." After saying this, June Chennai turned around and left without looking back. Little Cherry stood there and was about to explode with anger. If it weren't for the fact that he was June Chennai, the president of the company she wanted to sign, and her former idol, she wouldn't be so polite to him. This June Chennai is really too much. It was in vain that she had been his girlfriend and fan for so many years. Now it seemed that he was an idol. She just wanted to turn around and fly away and give him a quick kick. "June Chennai, remember what you said today, I will make you regret it." June Chennai had not walked a few steps when Little Cherry's firm voice came from behind. June Chennai didn't say anything, and his expression didn't show any emotion. He just continued to walk home with solid steps. And Xiao Liang was still lamenting when his president became so venomous. That girl was indeed a warrior. She has been said so by an idol who was once at the top level. It is rare for her to still be so confident in herself. End of this chapter. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yun Suya. Chapter 1394. Chapter 1394 June Chennai Extra Chapter 4. Sure enough, the money in the entertainment industry is so good that all the cats and dogs want to get a share of it. June Chennai sighed as soon as he walked into his huge house, and then walked into the bathroom, ready to take a hot and comfortable bath without thinking about anything else. June Chennai took a hot bath for about half an hour, and then read a book in the study for an hour. Finally, he looked at the time. It was almost 2 o'clock, and June Chennai was ready to go to bed. June Chennai picked up his phone and was about to charge it when he saw the unread messages displayed on the desktop of his phone. It was sent from Xiao Liang a few minutes ago. June Chennai slowly opened the phone to unlock it, and then clicked in. This kid also sent a lot of messages. Xiao Liang is like this. Whenever he encounters something tense or exciting, he likes to send a sentence in 3 or 5 sentences, which makes people anxious to death. Fortunately, when June Chennai opened it now, Xiao Liang had already finished delivering his message. Otherwise, June Chennai would have to put it aside first and wait until Xiao Liang finished sending it out before reading it. June Chennai read it back and forth, and his originally expressionless face suddenly became gloomy. President. Oh no. You have been trending on Weibo. That little cherry. I improvised a rap during the live broadcast today. You discriminate against internet celebrities and are arrogant and arrogant. He also said that you, a capitalist villain, will be doomed sooner or later if you gain power. After reading this, Jun Chaniai's face turned black. The original sleepiness disappeared in an instant. Jun Chaniai replied to Xiao Yang, when? Jun Chaniai clicked on Weibo by the way. It is now ranked third on the hot search list, and it shows that it is new to the list. Little Cherry diss Jun Chaniai. Xiao Yang replied to Jun Chaniai with a website address, and then said that it was Xiaotao's live broadcast room. Jun Chaniai clicked in and then caught up with the live broadcast. Little Cherry's song has been sung a long time ago, and now many people came to her live broadcast room to watch the excitement because of the hot searches on Weibo. Of course, more of Jun Chaniai's fans came to defend Jun Chaniai. Damn it, a little internet celebrity is going crazy with his desire for sex, right? You actually wrote a song to diss me, Mr. Jun? I wish you will be banned soon. Smiling face. When Little Cherry saw this kind of message, she replied calmly, I just want to get angry, but what I said is all the truth. I'm going to be banned. It only shows that your young master is so awesome and coaxing that you dare not do anything. Dare people say that you are just a villain. Are you not a fan of Jun Chaniai? To suppress the popularity of idols? Vomit. We did like his songs when we didn't see through this person before, but now we have. I will scold anyone who messes with me. That's why I am a person. It's just that Jun Chaniai is a little famous. Little Cherry, your mother is dead. Little Cherry smiled bitterly, yes, she is dead. It sounds like your mother is immortal. Jun Chaniai's face became more solemn as he watched. After all, Jun Chaniai is a national male god. Even though he is no longer in the entertainment industry, there are always legends about him in the entertainment industry. So Little Cherry offended him, and the barrage was so dirty that it was almost impossible to watch. However, Jun Chaniai thought of what Xiaoying said just now, that she would scold anyone who messed with her. So she writes songs to diss others. It's interesting. He's not that big, but he has a really explosive temper. Jun Chaniai thought so and began to search for the song that dissed him. And the curse song that Little Cherry wrote before. End of this chapter. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yun Suya. Chapter 1395. Chapter 1395 Jun Chaniai Extra Chapter, 5. Jun Chaniai searched for Little Cherry diss on the internet, and a series of videos appeared below. Jun Chaniai raised his eyebrows, interesting, is this Little Cherry a cynical person? Generation U Little Cherry diss. Although Jun Chaniai didn't know any of the people mentioned above, he clicked on the barrage and found that almost all of them were internet celebrities. Little Cherry likes the diss internet celebrity so much that Jun Chaniai can't help but start to doubt the source of her fame. He probably became famous by dissing others. Thinking of this, Jun Chaniai curled his lips in disdain and let out a cold snort. However, after Jun Chaniai listened carefully to her songs that dissed others, his expression changed. Although they are all impromptu raps, they are actually quite interesting. The melody and rhythm are pretty good, except for the ugly lyrics. The contents of those internet celebrities dissed by Little Cherry are nothing more than cheating on fans, brushing up rankings, defrauding fans of their money, and unspoken rules. Looks like a discipline inspection commission. However, as Jun Chaniai slowly understood it, he found that this matter seemed different from what he had thought at the beginning. When Little Cherry first became popular, it was because of her pure looks and clear temperament. Although her facial features may not be that stunning, when put together, they give people a very comfortable feeling. She is not a beauty in the traditional sense, but she has outstanding temperament. A pair of watery eyes are particularly breathtaking, making people dare not look directly. At that time, everyone called her Little Cherry because her Weibo name was Little Cherry is a bit sweet. Later, everyone got used to it, and she started to debut as a host under the name Little Cherry. Originally, she was very popular among otakus like this, and she was once praised as one of the goddesses of otakus. But not long after, Little Cherry began her diss journey. Because those who dissed were all well-known internet celebrities, I gained a lot of negative fans for myself. Slowly, she began to be black and crazy, and she was beaten out of her position, half pink and half black. However, what's interesting is that even though she was completely blackmailed by other fans for dissing others, she has no intention of stopping and keeps going further and further on this road. Until this time, she provoked Jun Chennai, a man that no one dared to touch. Now many people on Weibo have begun to assert that Little Cherry is finished and will be banned soon. Before, Little Cherry was a small internet celebrity, and the circles she came into contact with were also some grassroots internet celebrities. They had no power, and you could just scold them. Anyway, they were still somewhat popular, so they didn't care. After all, she has no evidence and will only be regarded as crazy. But this time it was different. She was offending the powerful Jun Chennai, so this time, Little Cherry's live broadcast was forcibly cut off by the platform before it was over. Although Little Cherry is stupid, the platform is not stupid, and Jun Chennai cannot be offended by anyone. Now all the comments on their website and Weibo are filled with abuse from Jun Chennai's fans, saying that there are all kinds of anchors, and they don't care about their own anchors, biting people like a mad dog. After the live broadcast of Little Cherry was forcibly cut off, she became even more angry. Is there no freedom of speech in this evil capitalism? So Xiaoying Tao also went to Weibo to complain, and also posted a set of screenshots of the chat history. Soon, it became the hot search list on Weibo. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yun Suya. Chapter 1396. Chapter 1396 Jun Chennai Extra Chapter, 6. The chat screenshot posted by Xiaoying Tao showed the chat history between her and Jun Chennai. In the first picture, a person with the comment Jun Chennai added her. Little Cherry, are you Jun Chennai? How come you have my WeChat account? What you just said is not enough, what else do you want to mock me for? The other party didn't reply after a few minutes, so Xiaoying continued to edit WeChat. Little Cherry, let me tell you that I also have dignity. If you say I have no talent, it only shows that you have no vision. You are not the only entertainment company in the whole country of China. I can sign with other companies. Just wait and see, I will definitely become popular. Jun Chennai, well, I can sign a contract with you. Small Cherry. Little Cherry, what do you mean? Have you changed your mind? Little Cherry, why do you want to sign me again? Jun Chennai, how about you stay with me for one night and I will sign you up? Little Cherry sent a shocked emoticon, and then replied. Little Cherry, you are not Jun Chennai. Although she is no longer interested in Jun Chennai, no matter how bad Jun Chennai is, he will never be such a person. After all, she had liked Jun Chennai for so many years, and she had some understanding of Jun Chennai's character. Jun Chennai will never be such a person, so this person will definitely not be Jun Chennai, but someone pretending to be him. Jun Chennai, you are still too young, this is the rule of this circle. Little Cherry, I don't believe it, you are not Jun Chennai. Then the other party sent a voice message. Little Cherry, Jun Chennai, you are crazy. The chat is over. Then this Weibo post became the top trending search topic on Weibo. Someone asked Xiaoying to release the recording to see what Jun Chennai said, or to clarify whether that person was Jun Chennai. Jun Chennai's fans saw that this was okay, and quickly ran under the little cherry and started spraying. You dare to do anything just to be famous, does Jun Chennai like you, a little internet celebrity? How funny. That is, with Jun Chennai's conditions, what kind of girl are you looking for, but you are an internet celebrity with no and no but? Let it fall apart, it will become mushy at the end of the frying. Damn it, I want to curse, this woman is sick. This woman is a habitual offender, I suspect she is really mentally ill. Jun Chennai was so disturbed by this incident that he no longer had any desire to sleep. Following the Weibo thread, he found Little Cherry's Weibo and looked at himself in the so-called chat history that was the same as his own WeChat avatar. Jun Chennai called Xiaoliang and asked Xiaoliang to investigate the matter. Afterwards, Jun Chennai replied simply under Little Cherry, "It's not me. Ha ha ha. The real owner came out and slapped me in the face. Master Jun, I knew you were not that kind of person. I knew that Mr. Jun's vision was not that low." Jun Chennai ignored those messages and sent a private message to Xiaoying, asking her to send the recording to him. By now, Xiaoying's private messages had exploded, all of them scolding her, so she didn't read the private messages, let alone the private message Jun Chennai sent her. Jun Chennai waited for a long time but did not receive a private message from Xiaoying, so he asked Xiaoliang to find her contact information. Someone is pretending to be him, and it has been posted on the internet by Xiaoying, so he definitely can't just sit back and ignore it. That person knows his WeChat avatar, which means he must be someone from his WeChat account. As for the people on Jun Chennai's WeChat account, except for a few friends, they are all company and business partners. End of this chapter. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yun Suya. Chapter 1397. Chapter 1397 Jun Chennai Extra Chapter, 7. Jun Chennai's good friends are naturally not that boring. Jun Chennai feels that this matter was probably done by someone under his command, and the only people with Little Cherry WeChat account are people from the entertainment company. Interesting, just now Jun Chennai said to Xiaoying that they were not interested in her talent, but wanted to rule her out. She still didn't believe it, but now it seems that the words have come true. But who is so bold and pretends to be him to carry out unspoken rules? It is really abominable. Such a person, Jun Chennai definitely cannot stay in his company and corrupt the atmosphere. Now on Little Cherry's side, even though it's late at night, this matter is causing quite a stir, and she has now received a warning from the anchor platform. Ask her to delete Weibo, delete all comments related to Jun Chennai, and then sincerely apologize. The platform side doesn't know what the situation is at the moment, but they don't need to understand the ins and outs of this matter. They just need to get rid of Jun Chennai. It is true that this incident brought a lot of traffic to their platform, but it also caused a considerable crisis. They did not dare to provoke Jun Chennai, so they had to force Xiaoying Tao to apologize and admit her mistake. If necessary, depending on the direction of public opinion, they are likely to block Cherry's live broadcast room. Little Cherry has a stubborn temper, and when the platform said this, she felt even more unhappy. It was obvious that she was the victim. Why didn't he declare his moral justice to her, and why did he force him to apologize to Jun Chennai at a glance? Isn't that ridiculous? And the more this happened on the platform, the more Xiaoying felt that Jun Chennai had a guilty conscience and began to put pressure on them. It's really hateful. How did I fall in love with this kind of person in the first place? Thinking about it now just makes me feel sick. I don't care what you say, I won't delete it. Xiaoying Tao was very stubborn. After several unsuccessful attempts to negotiate with the platform, unexpectedly, in less than 15 minutes, Xiaoying's Weibo post had been deleted. Little Cherry became very angry when she found out that her Weibo was missing and that she could not operate Weibo. Does this mean that all capitalists are beginning to make efforts to protect Jun Chennai? It is indeed the largest family in the imperial capital, and it is indeed the nation's male god. It is really influential. Xiaoying Tao mentally scolded Jun Chennai from the inside out. Then at this moment, her cell phone suddenly rang. Little Cherry glanced at it. It was an unfamiliar number. Is it possible that some crazy fans are fleshing her out now? Little Cherry waited until her phone rang several times before picking it up. Hello. Little Cherry's tone was very impatient. She is so angry that her teeth are chattering now. I am Jun Chennai. The tone on the other side was very calm. A nice contrast with the Little Cherry's. Little Cherry was startled for a moment, thinking that this guy actually came to the door. The other end said, "Why don't you reply to my private message on Weibo? Is it possible that you really want to hype things up as you say online, make yourself angry?" Fart. Little Cherry's voice was raised very high, and then she suddenly felt that it was a little rude and inappropriate, so she lowered it a bit, but she didn't want to be polite to such a scumbag, so she yelled, "What on earth do you want to do? Pay me hush money to shut up like you apologize." Ah! There was a creepy laugh from the other side, which made people's skin crawl. Inexplicably, Little Cherry was aroused by Jun Chennai's ha. End of this chapter. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yun Suya. Chapter 1398. Chapter 1398 Jun Chennai Extra Chapter, 8. I thought you had woken up. Jun Chennai continued. Little Cherry blushed angrily. What did I realize? Oh, yes, I should wake up to why I regarded people like you as idols, arrogant, morally corrupt, and classist. Classism. Jun Chennai frowned. Oh, yes, he said before that she was just a small internet celebrity, which may be considered discrimination for people with strong self-esteem. Your Weibo has been deleted. I thought you already knew the truth. Jun Chennai said slowly. Know the truth? The truth is that you, Jun Chennai, used your power to force me to tell the truth, forced the Weibo official to delete my Weibo, and asked my live broadcast platform to pressure me to apologize to you. You are really kind. Great ability. Jun Chennai frowned, confused by her scolding. I have never done any of the things you mentioned. Oh, I believe it. In different tone. I will tell you the truth directly. First, my fans are right. I really don't like you, a little internet celebrity with no and no but. Second, the person on WeChat is not me. He is a manager under our entertainment company. Oh, he is a former manager, because I am ready to fire him. Third, the things you mentioned have nothing to do with me and were probably done under pressure from him. Fourth, you do owe me an apology. Finally, do you have anything else you want to ask or say? Little Cherry was so frightened by Jun Chennai's machine gun-like rules that she didn't say a word for a long time. A pair of big eyes opened wide and stared at the ceiling for a long time. You, why do you want me to believe you? Who knows if you have found a scapegoat? Jun Chennai darkened his face and muttered, fortunately, you lost your fandom early. If someone with your brain says that you are a fan of mine, then I will never clarify Jun Chennai's remarks that he is a bunch of idiot fans no more. Small Cherry. Can this guy stop being so roundabout when he talks? Indirectly calling her stupid? He is a thoughtful person who really wants to unspoken rules. Before he gets to know a person well, he will not let you leave this kind of evidence. Little Cherry's face darkened and she said nothing, then listened to Jun Chennai's words. What's more, when I was talking to you, when did you see me staying on your body for more than 2 seconds? By the way, I have forgotten what you look like now. Little Cherry was so angry that she gritted her teeth, her venomous tongue was so powerful. It makes people even more angry if there are no unspoken rules than if there are unspoken rules. By the way, send me that voice. Xiaoying Tao worked on it for a long time but didn't know how to share the WeChat voice, and then Jun Chenai despised her IQ and gave her a lesson. After Xiaoying Tao shared the voiceover, Jun Chenai told her in a cold voice, "You can't hear such an obvious synthetic sound." It's a sentence that Jun Chenai mixed together on the show before. If you listen carefully, you can still hear that the pause is a bit awkward. Little Cherry didn't think anything was wrong before. After Jun Chenai said this, she felt that something was very wrong when she heard it again. After finally admitting the truth of the matter, Xiaoying didn't speak to Jun Chenai for a long time. Jun Chenai knows what a person's mentality should be like at this moment when he has strong self-esteem but his self-esteem is frustrated, and he is also embarrassed in front of the whole world. Well, for some reason, I want to see his expression. After a long time, Little Cherry said to Jun Chenai in a low voice, "I'm sorry, I framed you without understanding the situation. Don't worry, I will bear all the consequences." End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yun Suya. Chapter 1399. Chapter 1399 Jun Chenai Extra Chapter, 9. Jun Chenai let out a disdainful laugh almost instantly, which was very harsh in people's ears. Little Cherry's face darkened, thinking that this Jun Chenai was planning to hold her tight, right? However, it is true that she was abrupt in this matter, framed others, and caused a storm in the city. However, at least she has admitted her mistake and decided to bear all the consequences. Jun Chen will not suffer any losses after his accident, so he can't be a little more generous. A little bit, do you forgive her for being such a little internet celebrity? However, all these are the inner activities of Little Cherry. After all, she is at fault. She did not dare to refute and demand Jun Chenai so confidently, but asked cowardly, "Then what do you want?" I will bear any consequences." Jun Chenai could clearly hear that the other party's tone was very unconfident, getting weaker and weaker, so he rolled his eyes slowly and continued, "You are also someone who has been in the entertainment industry after all. You know that as a top traffic person in the entertainment industry, what a group of terrible fans you have, and you throw dirty water on me for no reason. It's not hard to guess how you will spend your life in the future, right?" Little Cherry felt her heart twisting when she heard what Jun Chenai said. Jun Chenai was not threatening her, he was just stating objective facts. Because Xiao Yingying has received countless threatening text messages and harassing phone calls on her phone at this moment, it is estimated that her three-dimensional information has long been exposed by Jun Chenai's all-powerful fans. As soon as I go out tomorrow, I might get eggs thrown at me and sulfuric acid thrown at me. Thinking about it this way, Little Cherry was already starting to feel scared. Jun Chenai saw that she didn't speak for a long time, and her breathing became louder and heavier, so he probably guessed her mental activity at this time. "Have you already begun to regret your stupid move a few hours ago?" Little Cherry's heart sank. Although she didn't speak, the words "if you don't seek death, you won't die" were written all over her face. "Although I feel a little timid in my heart, I still have to maintain my work on the surface." Little Cherry still answered Jun Chenai stiffly, "I will explain clearly and sincerely apologize. If they still refuse to let me go, then I will resign myself to fate." Jun Chenai curled his lips and didn't reply. He sat leisurely on the sofa and made himself some black tea. "If you still want to live a good life, I can help you." Jun Chenai's words almost made Little Cherry faint in surprise. What the hell? She threw dirty water on Jun Chenai, but even if Jun Chenai didn't hold him accountable, he still wanted to help her? Is it because her ears are bad, or is June Chaniai's brain bad? What did you say? Little Cherry trembled and almost bit her tongue. June Chaniai guessed that she would react like this, so he talked to her very patiently. I watched your previous live broadcast. Little Cherry's face turned dark. June Chaniai must have thought that he was a shrew, someone who liked to diss others, and was cynical. I found that your rap skills are good. June Chaniai paused for a long time before saying the next words. At that time, Little Cherry nervously drank some water. As soon as June Chaniai said it, she squirted out all the water she had just drank. June Chaniai frowned and sneered disdainfully, "What? You got used to it so quickly, how can you not get used to it even after you praise it?" Small Cherry. End of this chapter. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yuen Suya. Chapter 1400. Chapter 1400 June Chaniai Extra Chapter, 10. No, are you serious? Little Cherry remembers that she used to use all kinds of swear words at that time. The only difference between her and a shrew was that she sang it in rhyme. June Chaniai replied to her with a firm word. Little Cherry expressed that she was flattered. Even though she tried her best to show off her talents to June Chaniai at first, June Chaniai despised her and she wanted to prove it, but when she was truly recognized, why did she feel so uncomfortable? It's just like when you were in school, you had a fight with your classmates, and the teacher praised you for your skills. It was so awkward and uncomfortable. Is this really serious? Is June Chaniai's aesthetic so unique? If she sings well, June Chaniai says she has no characteristics, but she can still be praised for her talent when she scolds someone? Maybe she is better at swearing. Well, I'll give you one night. June Chaniai paused again and glanced at the watch on his wrist. 5 hours, I want to see your work before 8 o'clock tomorrow. Work? What work? Little Cherry feels like her brain is a ball of mush now. Don't you want to apologize to me? June Chaniai continued, if you want me to help you get out of this dangerous situation, use your work to apologize and convince me. After June Chaniai said this, he hung up the phone without waiting for a reply. After June Chaniai drank the last sip of black tea, he went to the bedroom to sleep, humming a small tune and in a good mood. At present, the rap market in China is very vacant. There are very few excellent rappers, and there are even fewer excellent female rappers. June Chaniai thought, maybe this Little Cherry can give it a try. Little Cherry didn't sleep all night, and June Chaniai gave her the prescribed 5 hours. She spent the first hour making sure she wasn't dreaming, and the second hour she started wondering if June Chaniai was torturing her in a roundabout way. What if she died suddenly? In the third hour, she was really sleepy, so she made a cup of coffee and slowly started to write lyrics and music. June Chaniai set an alarm clock for 8 o'clock. As soon as the alarm clock rang, June Chaniai picked up his phone and clicked on Weibo. The story about Little Cherry is still on the hot search list on Weibo. Little Cherry is now being scolded on the internet. However, June Chaniai automatically skipped these. He was not here to see these boring things. June Chaniai clicked on Xiaoying Tao's Weibo, and it showed that Xiao Yingying had posted a new song a minute ago. Zhai Jun Chaniai and his fans. This name is simple and crude. June Chaniai glanced at the only comment he gave and clicked on the song. For a cappella singing, it was impossible to record a song in 5 hours, so Xiaoying Cherry wrote the lyrics and music and started singing a cappella directly. As soon as the voice of Little Cherry sounded, June Chaniai's expression changed. June Chaniai listened to the voice processed by Little Cherry's sound card on the live broadcast. It had no characteristics at all. He didn't even think he was singing, he was just shouting. Wait. But this time it was different. This time there was no sound card, and no music, just Little Cherry's clean voice. Her voice is very clean and has the sweetness of a girl, giving people the feeling of first love. June Chennai. I felt that maybe after some training, Little Cherry could do more than just rap. Naturally, June Chennai. I mentally approved of her rap. June Chennai. I was very satisfied. He forwarded Xiao Tao Tao's new song, and then added a long paragraph of text, preparing to whitewash Xiao Tao Tao. End of this chapter.